We are live.
Hello, hello.
So excited, trying to just sit here by the pool and hang out with you all. This is my friend Louisa, Professor Louisa.
Yes, here I am.
So what do you teach?
So I teach sociology. I also teach entrepreneurship studies. So really life, all of it is about human behavior. And to get satisfaction, you got to get moving and you got to add the action. So many times we just sit around and we wait for it. We think it's going to magically appear, but unless you do something about it, dreams are just dreams.
How do you do stuff about it?
Well, I have to set SMART goals, and that means they're specific, measurable, actually achievable, realistic, and most important thing is that they're time sensitive. So many times we say, oh, I'll do it when I get around to it, or it will eventually happen. Well, sometimes you've had those goals for a long time. Why? Because you never put a time limit on it. You know, even relationships can have SMART goals, meaning.
So should I have a goal to be in a relationship? Like, what should be your
Well,
she's
the
like,
goal-
no, be single.
The goal really is once you're in a relationship to kind of, you know, sometimes relationships get held up because people are thinking like, oh my gosh, is this forever? Am I going to be the one?
And it scares the person away, right?
It scares the person away. So I feel like you can put little checkpoints in along the way. So like if you meet somebody new, rather than worrying about it, if it's forever, like literally go out on your calendar and like 6 months from now, put a little note that says evaluate relationship. If you don't have 6 months to spare, go back and make it 30 days from now.
Oh, special shout out to whoever just sent me stars. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I do love that.
Yeah, like people get hung up and they put so much pressure on the milestones in relationships, but it's really the moments. Like moment by moment, you just keep connecting the next moment to the next, and pretty soon you've got a beautiful life. But if you're wondering, like, or you're still mad at your significant other because of something that happened on Valentine's Day, or you didn't get the gift that you wanted, that's done. You got to just.
Yeah, that's what you said to me. You're like, Valentine's Day's over, Lauren. Don't think about it.
You gotta just move forward, because like today you have 24 hours to have the best 24 hours possible. And actually right now, if we're worrying about all the 24 hours, we're gonna miss the moments that we have right now. So like every moment stands alone.
That's cool. I like that. I like that. So guys, what should we have Louisa do today? Should she help paint? Should she help organize the closets? She's definitely giving me a lot of ideas on how to like monetize my house. I love that. It's very exciting.
I think people forget that like your time has value. Like for example, we want to have dinner later, and we could have either spent like an hour in traffic driving to the grocery store only to run in, pick up a few things, and then come back here, or we can just use Instacart and for $2 get it delivered and save an hour. So you have to start looking at time as money, because every second you spend doing something that isn't even allowing you free time to clear your head and kind of plan out things in your thought centers, so many times we're just point by point by point by point by point, and like we don't even have time to think. You have to schedule time to think.
Oh, so I should schedule time to think.
Absolutely.
And what do you were talking about this on Instagram, like just talking into your notes like every day of what you're doing. I like that.
Yeah, also, when you start to get really highly evolved at it, I actually schedule time to worry, and I have a note section in my notes that's called things to worry about. And when I get something else that bothers me, I write it in my list, and I schedule a couple hours every week to go back to that worry list and sort of start to work through it. And in the beginning, yeah, it seemed kind of funny, but now like I can really have this don't worry about it mentality, and it really works.
So Louisa, guys, is a therapist, right? And we were talking about therapy a little bit online. So you went to school for therapy, or how did you?
Yeah, so I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I got my first degree in the early 2000s. Let's just say I've been a licensed therapist for like 17 years, although I look 20. Don't let the good looks fool you. I'm actually really bright. And social workers are different from psychologists in that, although I also have a degree in psychology, psychology really deals with the inner workings of the mind and like the person and the individual. Sociology, conversely, and social work is the person and their behavior in their environment. So it's, dealing with roommates and communication and sending mixed messages, and really how to effectively communicate your wants and needs so that you can negotiate your own best life possible.
I love that. I feel like everybody should study social working.
I think human behavior is everything. And I think that the biggest mistake that all people make, and I used to be guilty of this, even to a small degree now, but it's a daily thing, is you have no control over anyone else. None.
this is something I struggle with all the time.
And as soon as you can let all that go and realize, like, you know, a partner who gave you an angry word, somebody else is having a bad day. If someone's mean to you, most of the time it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. You know, so to the Karens, the Wendy's, and, you know, everybody else that's out there bitching, you know, that's not normally our problem, it's their problem.
Yeah, that's true too. It's like a lot of times, like if you're in a relationship with somebody and they're kind of being nasty or crazy, like it's not your problem, that's them.
Yeah, I also think in my couples practice, you know, sometimes, you know, people say, oh, he's so mean to me. No, he might be mad and you just happen to be there, right? Or she might be upset, and as a man or a partner or significant other, you just happen to be there watching.
So let's also talk about the fact that you lost a lot of weight. Do you want to talk? Can we talk about that journey? Because I know a lot of people are always kind of, it's hard. I have a lot of friends who have struggled to lose weight, and it's just, how did you do it?
Well, believe it or
Okay, we're back. Sorry. We lost only 100 people. That's okay. Oh, somebody asked what happened to my arm. I was at the doctor's today and they took blood. Okay, so continue that.
So Lauren asked me to talk about weight loss, and so believe it or not, me sitting here right now, probably like a size 4, size 6. I weigh about 150 pounds, maybe 155, but I used to weigh 289 pounds. Yes, 289.
So you lost over 100 pounds?
Yes, I lost over 100 pounds from 2017 to 2019, and then I've kept it off. And really, I was doing everything right before, but I was doing things in the wrong order. Like I was working out really hard and then I was exercising, but then all that was doing was burning cardio, and it was helping my body, but it wasn't helping convert my body into like a fat burning machine. And so I had to learn the value of protein as a woman. I had to learn like how much fluid you really need of water, and then whatever else you do on top of that is great. So 90 ounces, you know, that's roughly the Starbucks Mentees. That's like almost 5 of those, at least 4.
Wow. So do you do that every day?
Yeah, every day I try to do the equivalent of 2 of these, at least for my water. And then I don't always buy a new one of these every day, but this is just like for measurements. And then on top.
Oh, there we go, guys. Yeah. Let's sit at the table. I feel like this is good. And we're still in the sun, so.
So yeah, I would say to like anybody thinking about trying to lose weight, the toughest battle is actually the decision to do it. You know, once you make up your mind to do something, like the rest sort of will fall into place. But losing weight, learning to eat, even being in a relationship, it's all about like the order of operations, because just like math, if you do the addition or subtraction before the multiplication and division, you're gonna get the wrong answer. You know, so if you're worried about exercising and building before you've like leaned out and really decided that, hey, like I need to change how I eat, you know, it's all gonna result in gaining the weight back.
So do you work out every day?
I hardly work out at all, and that's the truth. Every now and then, like I'll do some boxing. I do occasionally do some core strength. Yes, my abs are real. I did have some skin removal, but I had not had any like abdominoplasty, or I have not had liposuction on my arms or legs or anything. I just did skin removal only, and so I still have some work to do on my thighs.
It's like going after.
But it's a journey that I really feel like if I could do it, anyone can do it. You know, so I see so many people upset with their bodies or miserable or, you know, ashamed to look at themselves naked. I did a TED talk on the power of physical transformation, and it's powerful because I think that as women, and sometimes men, but we spend so much time like picking out pillows or choosing paint colors for the wall or picking out a new shirt to wear, when if we just spent that time saying, what I'm going to put in my mouth today, that's saying you are what you are what you eat, it's true.
Yeah, and I felt so bad. Louisa ordered salmon and healthy food for dinner tonight, so very excited. And she's a great cook too. So
later tonight we'll be cooking.
Yeah, we're gonna be cooking. Maybe we'll do a cooking live stream. That's a good idea. But yeah, guys, we're just sitting at the pool, trying to see if we're gonna go in the water. Thank you guys for sharing the stream. Make sure you share it. Share the stream. So this tree is just like on my head right now. So you live, can you tell them where you live, what state?
Yeah, most of the time I live in Pennsylvania. So if you happen to have Pennsylvania insurance and you want to be seen on your insurance benefits, you can just go to louisaeiler.com. The link is in my connections on Facebook. Or anywhere across the country and world, really, I can do coaching and counseling. So that's just on my website too. I'm going to put together a series that's going to start happening in April where one Wednesday a month I'm going to do Wow Wednesday. Look at yourself now.
George,
So,
stop it.
Yeah, but my advice is
Continue to talk. Sorry.
whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right. And I said this earlier on the Instagram, you know, you can choose to be happy or sad. The road to either way is the same. It's just what road you want to work on. You know, even happiness takes work. I don't wake up every day happy, but sometimes when I wake up, you know, not so happy, I know that it's going to pass. And I know that, you know, the more that you put yourself out there and be active and, you know, spend your time doing things instead of sulking, you're going to get farther. So that's it.
Yeah, we're back. Do you have your meeting still, or what time is it?
Yeah, in a little while I have a meeting, but also I want to say that, you know, it's okay to be sad. I mean, sadness is a part of life.
Yeah.
I mean, we all experience so much loss and grief, and even loss and grief of our expectations, like a relationship that failed, or a job that didn't last, or a roommate that you got into like a snafu with, you know, or like a relative that you're having some, you know, family dynamic issues with. And so we grieve all that stuff. So we have to accept that like sadness is a part of life. And so just to try to avoid the dwelling on it. And that's when it's a good idea if you find yourself dwelling and lamenting on things that keep recurring and they don't go away. That's when like therapy is a good idea. And like therapy is not only for when you're feeling sad. It's sort of like give yourself a checkup. Everybody should go at least once a year.
That's a good idea.
know?
Yeah, that's a very, very good idea. I need a checkup. Oh no, George just, I think he just fluffed. He just messed up my float. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, let's see, any questions here? You are both so pretty. Thank you. Canada. What's up, Canada? What state are you guys all from? Let us know. Make sure to follow my friend Louisa. We are just hanging out. Positive over negativity any day of the week. Yes. Oh, nice. Oh, Daryl said I was born in Harrisburg, PA.
Yay, go Harrisburg. And actually, you know, I just want to encourage you all that age has no effect on how to have your best life, you know. Whether you're 20, 30, I'm in my 40s, believe it or not. I'm actually closer to 50. You would never know it, but, you know, it's just,
George,
you know, I have a wealth of knowledge, and I really, like the good book says, this is my temple. Your house is where you sleep, but your body's where you live.
That's a really good, that's a good point. I definitely need to start eating better. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a thing. It's just, it's so hard. Sometimes I just eat microwave food, and I know it's like the worst.
Well, it's just some of the stuff that puts in there. You know, a lot of people say, well, I just drink diet soda and all this stuff. Well, your body doesn't know what to do with the chemicals in diet soda, so it just converts it all to fat. And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so diet soda can actually make you fat because like there's chemicals in there that the body doesn't recognize. And anytime you take in something that the body doesn't know what to do with, it automatically has to store it because it can't use it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so the second I stopped drinking diet soda, like I automatically lost some weight.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so like you want to avoid like artificial ingredients. Milk is like the greatest protein shake ever. You know, people get distracted with like these smoothies and these protein drinks, but sometimes you have to worry about the sugar that's in them, right? So like if you need a protein shake, guess what that is? That's a glass of milk. When you're a baby, all you drink is milk, and guess what? You're not typically fat. Babies don't necessarily start putting on a lot of weight until they start eating regular food, and it's usually like the juices and the sugar things that their parents give them that cause them to pack on unnecessary pounds. So know your protein, drink your water, and never underestimate 8 hours of sleep.
8 hours. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't think we got 8 hours last night.
No, definitely not. Maybe tonight.
And you're back to Pennsylvania soon, but you travel a lot. So can you only see patients in Pennsylvania, or how does that work?
I can see patients anywhere for self-pay and coaching clients universally. But if you wanted to bill your insurance, I can only do Pennsylvania residents for insurance because my clinical license is in Pennsylvania.
How much sleep is okay?
Sleep is like a bank, right? So you can go a couple days in a row with no sleep, but then by the end of 7 days, the theory is about 50 hours a week of sleep, period, no matter when you get it. If you stay up for 4 days straight and then sleep for 2 days straight. Sleep is like a bank. Every 7 days, you need about 50 hours.
Lauren asked if I didn't do live streams, what would I do? Oh, thank you so much, Glenn, for the 50 stars. Thank you. If I didn't do live streams, I would just act. That's the thing, I would just act, yeah.
But you all have no idea how much this woman does. I mean, like helping people, sharing her home with people on their own career journeys, the amount of like art that she's put into her home and the rehabbing of things that people cast aside. She takes, you know, one man's trash and turns it into treasure. Lauren's place is just an eclectic mix, and it's a lot of work. I mean, being a homeowner is a real thing. Like, you might see her doing these live streams or like acting, it seems all glamorous. It is work. Imagine everything that you do every day. On top of that, you had to start your day with like hair and makeup, or you had something you know you needed to do, but people were counting on you to like go live. You know, it's a mentality, and you have to build it into your life. It's not vain, and it's not easy. It's like, we understand the power of connection, because after all, what are you supposed to do in this life? Stay in a box?
Thank you, Glenn, for the stars, and thank you, Louisa, for the kind words.
All true.
Yes, we're just hanging out. I think I might turn the pool on, and when you have your call, maybe I'll jump in the pool. What time is it now?
It's a little after 2. My call's at 2:30. So.
Okay. All right, we're just hanging out. Make sure you follow Louisa. Somebody said you look like a zombie. I look like a zombie? Maybe. I was flying and like insane.
Well, speaking of zombies, that's how we met. It was Comic-Con weekend, and I actually played a zombie in a corpse flick. And that's how I met.
Yeah, Corpse Control web series. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, that's how we met. And so years later, here we are. So, you know, you got to step outside of your box and do things. I just answered a random ad on a actor's post for extras wanted, show up as a zombie, and here we are years later.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she's cool. I'm going to make friends with her. She was just so nice on set. Normally, like, sometimes when people are on set, if you meet a pretty woman, they can be like divas and just be like, you know, like, yeah. And Louisa was just like totally cool and just like wanting to help, and she was just like, oh, I'll help you like read the script off camera and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, she's nice. I have to continue to be friends with her.
Yeah, I think as women and as men, sometimes we put so much emphasis on finding a partner that we forget that friends are important. And like, you know, spending time really keeping connected. If the pandemic taught us nothing else, is that, you know, one girlfriend is worth 10 boyfriends.
That's true, because you never know what's going to happen with boyfriends. They just, they just hair flip. Let's go. All right. Hi. Hello, David. Hello, Batafi. Wow, ladies, nice. Thank you. 2 women's like nice. Yes, thank you, guys. Hi, guys. Here with my friend Louisa, a licensed therapist. Does anyone have any questions? Let's talk about motivation. What do you do to stay motivated?
I think you have to have working lists of things that you're doing, and I talk about this all the time, like list, because sometimes you get a day off and you're like, oh, what should I do today? But then if you have to spend getting ready to do something on the day that you have off and you haven't already been prepared for it, like I have this saying, you know, make ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I have a whole bunch of stuff that's like I can pick up at any moment because I know exactly where I left off.
Yeah, you have a lot of like jobs and things that you do. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, organization is the key to everything. And I don't remember anything. I just put it all on my electronic device, whether it's my Google Notes or whether it's my notepad on my phone. Like, I don't have to remember anything up here because Siri or Alexa or somebody in the digital world is going to tell me what I need to do next.
Oh, that's awesome. So what about, like, I got to ask you a question. I have a shopping addiction.
Okay.
What do I do to handle the shopping addiction?
Shopping addictions are easy. You know why? You just have to learn how to shop with purpose. Because, for example, you know you're going to have like Uncle Johnny's wedding, you know you're going to have like a Christmas party this year, and I feel like women and men should roll out their own red carpet, meaning you should have a few go-to outfits. I'm talking earrings, cufflinks, socks, shoes, shined up, ready to go, so at a moment's notice, if somebody said, hey, this person's going to pick you up in 5 minutes for dinner, and you could have a bag ready to walk out the door. You should always have a go bag. So shop with purpose and start to arrange your closet like January, February, March, April, May, so that you have go-to outfits, that it's never an effort to get ready. Because so many times we buy things and then we're like, oh, like when am I going to wear this? I don't know. My rule is if I buy it, it has to get tagged for some occasion. Now I can always use it outside of that, but I don't allow myself to buy something unless I absolutely need it, or I have a small space where I allow myself to have about 10 or 15 extra things. And usually if one goes in, one has to get donated or given away.
Oh, that's hard. Somebody said brush your hair. I guess I need to brush my hair. I guess
Nah, only like once a week I brush my hair when I wash it.
All right. Any other questions? Somebody said, do you watch Enchanto? I don't know. What is that?
Encanto? No, I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
What is that? Is it on? What's it on?
I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Oh, you gotta watch it. Maybe we'll watch it tonight. Oh, happy birthday, Brian. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yeah. That's a little bit of harmony there.
Brian, I hope you have the best year ever. Very excited for you.
And for all of you who it's not your birthday, happy unbirthday, just like they do in Alice in Wonderland. You have 364 unbirthdays.
Live every day like your birthday. That's what Paris Hilton says.
Yes.
Look nice. Hair flip. The stream is way off, girls. Voices don't sync. Oh no. That's it. In the house.
Apologies for the voice not syncing. You know, sometimes in different parts of the Wi-Fi zone, there's just so many users that in the neighborhood that it makes it slow. So we'll try again later, you know, when the connection might be a little faster. And I think later we're going to do some cooking. I think we're going to cook some salmon or some tilapia and show you kind of how to eat healthy.
Get in there.
So if there's anything you'd like to hear or something you'd like to learn about, you know, send us a message and we'll do our best to honor your wishes.
Who took my tiles out? Who threw out my tiles?
Let's see what we got going on here.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry about the quality. We'll get back to you with greater quality later. And let us know if there's something you want to see or something you want to learn about, and Lauren will make it happen.
Yes. What are you guys doing? Nobody's perfect anyway. That's true. Nobody is perfect. How do you deal with wanting to be perfect or like extreme OCD?
Well, I think something that goes hand in hand with extreme OCD and being imperfect is imposter syndrome. You know, so many times people think
Like the Tinder swindler?
yeah, and like not only like be impostering something else, but imposter syndrome is a real thing when like you start to like get your confidence, but then you doubt your own worth.
Ah.
And so we spend time overcompensating because we have imposter syndrome because we think that everything has to be perfect in order to be right or in order to be whole. But really that's not it. You know, like inside we're all good enough. You're living and you're breathing, and you know, having these thoughts of being less than worthy, that's an indication of needing to build self-confidence. And then on the other side of that, when you're starting to worry what everyone else thinks of you, that's self-esteem. And it's important to know the difference between those two.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your Monday mental health awareness.
Yes.
Mental health checkup. You know, give your life a lesson and take a moment on Monday to pause for the cause and find a way to be grateful for all of it.
Yes, guys. And make sure you follow my friend Louisa.
Yep, on Facebook I'm Professor Eiler, and on Instagram I'm just Louisa Eiler.
And how do you spell Eiler?
Louisaeyler.
Yes, guys. That's right, everybody. Voices sync, lag in comments. All right.
All right, we'll have to try again later.
Yes, we will try again later. We're going to wrap this up. Love you all. Follow Louisa. Thank you for watching. Bye.